Join us as we explore the extraordinary life of Steve Irwin, otherwise well known as the crocodile hunter. From wrestling crocodiles as a child to dedicating his life to educating and inspiring others about the beauty and the importance of nature, Steve's passion for wildlife was unyielding. Steve's life was unfortunately cut short on September 4th of 2006, when he was involved in a tragic accident. As a child growing up in a unique environment, Steve had the opportunity to learn about and interact with animals in a way that most people could only dream of. At the age of 6, he was given a 12-foot scrub python to care for, and by the age of 9, he was wrestling crocodiles under the supervision of his father. Through these experiences, Steve developed a deep love and respect for the natural world, and he spent his life dedicated to sharing his love with others through his work as a conservationist and television personality. His upbringing in the wildlife park was truly one of a kind, filled with excitement and wonder as he explored and learned about these incredible creatures that called it home. After inheriting the wildlife park founded by his parents and rebranding it as Australia Zoo in 1992 and 1998, Steve Irwin had spent more than a decade working as a television personality and conservationist. And despite his busy schedule, Steve always made time for his family, and he loved nothing more than spending time with his wife and his children. However, one day, everything changed. On the sunny morning of September the 4th of 2006, Steve Irwin and his crew arrived at the breathtaking Bay Reef, a part of the Great Barrier Reef off the coast of Port Douglas, a small Australian coastal town. The crystal clear waters sparkled in the sunlight, teeming with vibrant marine life. Steve, known to the world as the crocodile hunter, was excited to be filming a documentary on the ocean's deadliest for the Discovery Channel. Despite his enthusiasm, Steve's producer, John Stanton, had tried to halt the production due to a bad feeling about the venture. However, with a lot of resources invested into the project and no way to turn back, they went ahead with a caution. As they prepared for the day's filming, Steve gave a heartfelt thank you speech to his crew, which John couldn't shake the feeling was more of a goodbye. The two men woke up early on Monday and sat on the deck of Steve's 75-foot research boat, Croc 1, gazing out at the vast expanse of the ocean. Steve marveled at the beauty of the life that he was given to live and was eager to embark on the day's adventure. However, as the day wore on, the waters became cloudy and visibility decreased, making it difficult for him. Rather than wait out the conditions, Steve saw an opportunity to film some content for his daughter Bindy's upcoming wildlife show. Bindi the Jungle Girl, on the Discovery Kids channel. Bindi, just 8 years old at the time, was set to host the show and teach kids her age about the wonders of nature and its creatures. Steve and his cameraman, Justin Lyons, set out for a quick snorkeling trip to search for a tiger shark to film. When they couldn't find one, they turned to a short-tailed stingray swimming in shallow waters. As Steve Irwin and his cameraman, Justin Lyons, approached the short-tailed stingray swimming in the shimmering shallows of the Bay Reef, they felt confident in their abilities to safely film the creature. Stingrays were not generally known to attack humans unless they were provoked, and Steve and Justin were seasoned divers who had encountered the creatures many times before. But as they filmed the stingray swimming away from them, the creature suddenly became frightened, and in a matter of seconds thrust its razor-sharp, barbed tail into Steve's chest. The cameras continued to roll as Steve, bleeding heavily from the wound, tried to reassure Justin that he was okay, and the barb only punctured his lungs. However, the injury was much more serious than Steve had realized. The barb had sliced through his chest and pulled out as the stingray swam away, leaving a 2-inch wound above his heart, and fluid and blood pumped out. Despite either of the efforts of Justin and the rest of the crew to resuscitate him with CPR, Steve was pronounced dead by paramedics when they arrived on the scene. The footage of the incident has never been released to the public, but the events of the day remain etched in the memories of those who were there. As the inflatable boat raced back to the main vessel, Steve's body lay motionless, the pool of blood around him growing larger. Justin, desperate to save his friend, tried everything that he could think of, even reminding Steve of his children in an attempt to keep him holding on. But all Steve could whisper before losing consciousness was, "I'm dying." The paramedics arrived too late to save Steve, and the damage to his body was too severe to be repaired. The entire incident was captured on film, a testament to Steve's rule of never turning off the cameras no matter what was happening. But that footage was never released, and the pain of that day is still too raw to revisit. In the space of seconds, Steve Irwin, the beloved crocodile hunter, died doing what he loved most, interacting with and protecting wildlife. His wife Terry and their children, who were on a trip to Tasmania at the time, received the devastating news, and Terry had to find the strength to tell her children. A few days later, a memorial service was held with over 300 million viewers around the world, paying tribute to Steve and his contributions to the entertainment industry and the conservation movement. And in 2017, it was announced that Steve would be honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2018, a fitting tribute to his legacy. Determined to carry on their father's work, Terry and Steve's children decided to take over Australia's zoo and become zookeepers and conservationists themselves. As they walked the paths and tended to the animals that Steve had loved so dearly, they knew that they were keeping his spirit alive and continuing his important mission of protecting and preserving wildlife. As we come to the end of our exploration with Steve Irwin's life and legacy, we can't help but be inspired by the passion and the dedication that he had for protecting and preserving wildlife. From his childhood spent handling and interacting with animals at his parents' wildlife park in Queensland, to his career as a television personality and a conservationist, Steve lived and breathed his love for nature. And if you want to learn more about Steve Irwin and his work, visit the official website of Australia Zoo, or watch some of his documentaries, which are available on various streaming platforms. Thank you for joining us on this journey to honor the life and the memory of the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. Not gonna disrespect him again by trying the accent. Thank you. Take care.